Wonder if you could know with confidence whether a brand or a product you discover is still worth selling, or if the competition has already killed the profit and when to get out. One of the ways to find profitable products is through a method called storefront stalking. Now there's a problem. It's slow, it's random, and it's often based on gut feeling. You scroll through different storefronts, guessing which ones look promising, and hope that the brands you're seeing aren't saturated by the time you list them. There's no system, there's no structure, and there's no way to know which stores are worth following. Now, we've been working with a tool behind the scenes which flips this entire process on its head, and it gives you data-driven answers to this question to tell you who you should be looking at and why. Okay, so right now we're in Seller Snap and we're in their new feature called the Data Hub. And specifically, I'm very interested in their competition data. What you see right here is basically, I'm going to blur some because it's my own store, but what you're seeing basically along the top is all of my products, or should I say my listings. And then down this left-hand side, we're seeing the number of sellers who are competing against us. And specifically, what we're looking at here is what is the overlap in the number of ASINs that I'm selling and that competitor is selling. Now, what's really interesting here is the fact that you are looking for competitors who are doing the same business model as you to find out what they're selling that you're not. So let's have a look. So right now at the top, you've got me. I'm 100% overlapping with myself. Great. But we've got this competitor here, 44%, 44.5. And then if we look across, we can see that they're doing 100% FBM and 0 FBA. Now, I'm an FBA seller, so I'm not interested in them. They just have overlap. So let's kind of go down more. So these guys, 43, 72, interesting, but I want people doing 100% FBA. So this guy, 38.8, 100% FBA. And if we go down a little bit more, we can see right here, we've got this guy, 31.2, 100% FBA. So what do I notice straight away? Well, the first thing is there's a couple of competitors who are doing exactly the same business model as me, FBA selling, and they've got a lot of overlap on the same products as me. So what I want to do is go and have a look at what products they're selling and find their suppliers, because that's going to help me figure out what I should be selling as well, because obviously it's working for them. Now, what we can do is go into Seller Snap and go into Data Hub and actually look at the individual sellers, and we can see all the products that they're selling. But for us, we're not actually interested in doing that. What we want to do is something else. Now, what we're looking to do is to grab the seller ID from Seller Snap, come into Keeper and go to Data, Seller Lookup, and put that ID into Seller Lookup and click Search. Once you get into the seller ID, scroll down and you're going to get here where it talks about categories and it talks about brands. Now, specifically, what am I really interested in? I want to understand what are the brands that competition are selling. And then obviously I want to look at those products and see which ones am I not selling. I want to go do reverse sourcing. So for example, right mouse click on the product, search Google, find those products. And by doing that, I'm just going to build out my catalog. Now, this is the fundamental level of sourcing for profitable products, looking at what your competitors are doing and finding what they're selling that is working for them that you're not selling, and then go and find those products. But wait, now you might understand how that actually works because that's called storefront stalking. Wonder if you could find out whether the products are actually worth it and when to get out or when to double down. Let me explain how to do that now. Now, the one thing I'll share with you is you can actually sign up right now for the Seller Snap free 15-day trial and get access to this tool for free. So whether you're not looking to use the tool long term, but you just want to get an insight into your numbers, and including what I'm about to show you in regards to how you understand profitability of your products, just trying the 15-day trial of this could be game changing. You can get access to that 15-day free trial using the link down below. Now, the second feature of Seller Snap's new data hub, which I absolutely love and is changing the game the way we do sourcing, is called their performance metrics. And specifically, let me explain what I mean by this. So right now you can come into Data Hub, you can go into performance, and basically what you can do is you can change it from SKUs over to brand. And what am I specifically interested in? I want to understand how my brands are performing. Remember, we're always sourcing similar brands to our competitors. Sometimes they're going to do really well. Sometimes they're going to get saturated. So what am I looking for? I want to know how much money am I making from those brands, and which ones should I double down on and which ones should maybe I avoid. So what you can see here, very simplistically, we've got a list of brands, and obviously I'm blurring them because they're mine. I don't want too much competition. But what I can see here is how much revenue we're generating from each of those brands. Now, what I would like to do is change it not from revenue, but you could do it to profit. But really, I like to look at margin. I'm not so much interested in the profit itself. I want to look at how profitable, i.e. profit margin, each of those brands are doing for me. And why do I like this? Because if I know my key brands, brands, and obviously you should, then what I can see is how those brands have performed over time. And if I'm seeing that those brands are getting better, then I'll probably double down. If I see they're getting worse, then I want to get out. So what can we see here? So here's, for example, one of the brands that we do quite well on. So we can see here we've done like 20.52 back in December 24. We've dropped down to 20 or 19, 19, 19, 21, 21, a little bit down now. So pretty consistent. And actually the last 3 months have been pretty good. Here's another brand that we've been selling on. So 18, 20, 24 back in obviously December, kind of Q4, Q1 time, 21, 15 really dropped out. And actually we've seen a decline. So this brand is probably one that I want to look at and maybe say, do we really want to keep selling it? Why? Because we're just seeing a decline in that margin. It's just not helpful for us in our business. Let's have a look at another one. Now, here's another brand that we've been working with. So we're doing like 20, 19, Q4 is really, really good. And then we hit 18 in end of Q4, but then we drop down to 20, like 30, also 13, 12, 12, 12, 12. And the whole point behind this is what you're going to do is look at your key brands. You're going to look at how that margin's been over time. And specifically what you're trying to understand is how they're performing. Because if it does well, let's double down on it. Let's go buy more of them. And if it's not, then hey, maybe we want to back off. We want to get out of it. As part of the reselling business model, we're always adapting and changing to the market. And by using a tool like this is going to change the game and help you out. Now, the tool I've just shown you is part of Seller Snap, and it's an amazing tool. We've been using it throughout our business for years now, and I absolutely love it. What you can do is you can actually access this as part of the free 15-day trial. So check out the link in the description down below. But even if you are thinking about accessing it for the 15-day free trial to get access to this, do check out the repricing function. The one reason why I say that is because when we tried many other repricers, no one was as good as Seller Snap. Not only did it allow us to manage our business in just 1 hour per week, it also increased our prices, making us more money, which I absolutely love. And if you are interested in learning how we set up Seller Snap, what the rules are, and how we manage it in 1 hour per week, I'll drop a video around here where you can see the exact setup that we have for those rules and recommendations and how we use the tool really simply, including the views. So check that out. Now, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, hit the subscribe button, obviously, if you want to catch more videos like this. But I'll see you in the next video.